on Nancy Grace Mysteries. Haleigh Cummings, a 5-year-old Florida girl, is tucked into bed, but hours later, she vanishes into thin air.
When I hear the name Haleigh Cummings, so many thoughts collide in my mind. Both caregivers, the dad and the living girlfriend, being involved in drugs.
Hey, baby. Baby!
We'll just run up and then come.
No, he don't want to do it right here. You gotta go to Spinners?
What?
He don't want to do it right here. You gotta go to Spinners?
Yeah.
All right, we'll follow right behind you.
Where's he going?
The Spinners right down the road. It's a little cheek store right down the road.
What?
Little not down. I mean, it's like 2 minutes away from it. Yeah, it's probably better than this.
No, I was gonna go up where I just met the dude at, because it's off the road, ain't nobody there, ain't no houses, no nothing.
To the moment I recall Haleigh's father screaming and bending over double in the front yard when they couldn't find his little girl.
I just want my child back. No.
We want somebody to see her, to find her.
I want my child back so bad. I give them everything I want. All I want is my child.
To the story about her disappearance from Misty CROSLIN'S, the girlfriend.
Tonight's bitter cold didn't keep the Cummings family from coming together and holding their nightly vigil. Ronald Cummings and Misty CROSLIN stood side by side as they prayed together for Haleigh's safe return.
Look down upon us, Lord, to show us mercy.
The 5-year-old has now been missing for 11 days. Investigators say new leads continue to come in, but so far, nothing's panned out. Haleigh's grandmother, Teresa Neves, says it's frustrating, but they're not giving up hope.
I feel like my grandbaby is alive. I pray to God whoever has her is feeding her and taking care of her. I don't know where she is. I can't imagine how they got her out of the house. I can't imagine who would be sick enough to take her from a family who absolutely adores her.
Investigators confirm they've traveled to Tennessee to interview a relative of Misty CROSLIN'S. Earlier today, a tip led detectives into these woods south of Satsuma, but searchers came up empty-handed. Police say, like the family, they're also frustrated, but they're not discouraged. They'll continue to search and follow up on new leads until the little girl is found.
You know, that little girl never had a chance. And all those thoughts collide, and when all the pieces settle, I see Haleigh Cummings' face, a little girl who was clearly brutally murdered. Her body has never been found.
They are hoping for the best, but expecting the worst.
She don't want to eat because her baby hasn't eaten. She don't know if her baby slept.
Marie Griffiths and her daughter Crystal Sheffield wrapped in each other's arms. Marie is Haleigh's grandmother and Crystal is the little girl's mother. The last time they saw Haleigh was 2 weeks ago.
I just want whoever's got her to bring her home. That's all I want is my baby home.
Haleigh's dad, Ronald Cummings, says he was working the night shift early Tuesday morning and he came home to find his daughter missing. Haleigh was sleeping in the bedroom with her 2-year-old brother and her dad's 17-year-old girlfriend, who says she didn't wake up or hear anything. But Haleigh's grandmother believes the girlfriend knows more.
She was the only one there, we all think it. How else would a kid disappear on your watch?
Something had to give. I mean, it's not like that baby just disappeared in thin air.
Which is why Putnam County deputies are combing the area. Even though there was no sign of forced entry, investigators believe Haleigh's disappearance is an abduction. Right now, they have no persons of interest, but say they are following every lead that comes in.
I just want my baby home. Whoever's got her, I just want them to bring her back.
The only account we have of the night little Haleigh goes missing was from Misty CROSLIN, the living girlfriend of the father, Ronald Cummings.
Misty, how are you doing right now?
I just wanted to come home. I just want to find her.
I know you're 17. I can't even imagine at my age going through this.
It's horrible. It's very hurtful. Very.
I know at first it seems like there's been a lot of people that have been kind of like, I don't understand how this could be the situation where you don't hear her. Did you hear anything?
I didn't hear anything at all. Nothing. If I heard something, I would have got up and I went to let him take her.
So what happened?
Okay. I put her to bed about, 8 o'clock, because that's her bedtime. She had school. Put her to bed, and her blanket, my blanket was in the van that they took. So we had a blanket hanging on the window, and I had to wash that. And her blanket was, like, she had peed on her blanket the night before, I guess, and I was going to put it on her, but it smelled like pee, so I washed the blanket, and I gave her a little sheet to cover up with, and she fell asleep, and I went to come in there and put her blanket on her, and then I laid down. And it was about, I'm not positive what time. It was like 3, I seen 3. 3 o'clock in the morning, I got up because I had to use the bathroom, but I didn't make it to the bathroom. I seen the kitchen light on, and I walked in the kitchen, and the back door is wide open. I didn't notice about Haleigh then until I seen the back door open, and then I go in the room, and she's gone.
Ronald Cummings, and I checked this out myself, was at work. He had punched a time clock. He absolutely had an alibi at the time his little girl, just 5 years old, goes missing.
I want to tell him to keep Haleigh's face out there, and if you have any information leading to her disappearance, to call it in. It don't matter who it hurts, and I want to let everyone know that I'm not hiding anything for anybody. And if somebody has something to do with it, let them fry. So be it. Whoever it might be, that's who it is. Let's bring Haleigh home.
He leaves Haleigh and his other son, Junior, there with the living girlfriend, Misty Croslin.
And it's been hard, but I'm trying to do everything to find her. I'm answer any questions I have to, because I know I didn't do anything to that little girl. I would never hurt her. They love me. They look at me like their mom, If you ask little Junior, he'll tell you, they talk lovely about me, and I'm so good to them kids, real good.
And her story is that she puts them to sleep that night around 8 p.m. She first says she puts them on a mat on the floor together. Later that gets changed to the two of them being in the king-size bed. At one juncture, she was saying she was in bed with them. Then around 3 a.m., Misty Croslin says she gets up, goes to the bathroom, goes back, and notices Haleigh's gone.
And that's all I know. Is when I woke up. When I went to sleep, she was there. And then when I woke up, she was gone.
Well, they were all sleeping there together. Haleigh was either right beside her in the bed or only 4 feet away from her. It would be absolutely impossible for someone to get into the home, take the child and leave, and for her to sleep right through it. Impossible.
So you woke up and that was it? You saw the door open? Did you leave the light on, or?
No.
Somebody turned the light on?
The lights had to get turned on, because I know them lights. I was in the hallway where the back door is. The dryers are right there. I was washing clothes, and that back door was shut, And I just wake up, and it's open.
Did you take a polygraph?
I did, but I'm not supposed to talk about that. They told me not to talk about that.
But you did good.
Yes, I did take a polygraph.
And you passed it?
My understanding is that I passed it,
Next, cops begin to analyze the home where little Haleigh disappeared. Nancy Grace takes you on an exclusive walkthrough tour. You'll never guess what's inside.
New updates in the Haleigh Cummings case. A petition has circulated calling for Putnam County sheriffs to reopen the disappearance of 5-year-old Haleigh Cummings. Thousands of signatures collected on the petition calling for justice. In the most recent weeks, Haleigh's father, Ronald Cummings, was brought from the prison back to the Baker County Courthouse. It was for a custody hearing for the couple's son, Ronald Jr., who is Haleigh's brother, there in the home the night she went missing. Now, believe it or not, even with the father, Ronald Cummings Jr., behind bars, the mother Crystal Sheffield apparently lost custody. Even tonight, Haleigh Cummings' great-grandmother, Annette Sykes, says the front wall of her living room still covered with stuffed animals, cards, pictures. The words Haleigh's room pasted at the top. The father, Ronald Cummings, who I spoke with many, many times, was at work. He was a crane operator, and at his job, he left every day around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon and worked through the evening. Every day, it was his practice, just like you or I might lock the door when we leave and turn on the alarm. Every day, it was his practice to go to the back door, make sure it was locked and deadbolted before he left, leaving only one other entrance into the home, that being the front door. We are there in Satsuma, Florida, live there at the crime scene, just cleared by police. Joining me, our producer, Marlena Shivo, and Teresa Nevis, the paternal grandmother of little Haleigh. Ladies, thank you for being with us. You know, a lot of people have been extremely dubious, doubting as to the girlfriend/babysitter story that in the middle of the night, as she slept there in the room, someone came in the home, into the bedroom, and took the little girl. And nobody heard a thing. Marlena, show me the girl's room. That's the first thing I want to see.
Okay, Nancy, well, we're standing right here. Right beside me on my left is the bed where Misty Croslin was sleeping. And here on the right, we have the bed where little Haleigh was sleeping. And you can see it is all but about 3.5 feet from each other. And this is right where Misty said she got up and she had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Now, on the where I'm facing right now, Nancy, is a bathroom. It's the master bathroom. Through the living room behind me is the other bathroom in the house. And you have to remember, she said that when she got up to go to the bathroom, she saw that the kitchen light was on. The kitchen is over this way. So that means she would have had to have gotten up and gone out this door and then have noticed.
Okay, stop. Marlena, are you telling me that she did not go to the bathroom, the babysitter did not go to the restroom, the master bathroom? She chose instead to go out the door, across the kitchen to another bathroom?
That is the assumption we were making. We asked Teresa, Haleigh's grandmother, who's standing with us. She wasn't sure which bathroom she used, but if she saw the kitchen light on, she would have had to have used the other bathroom in the home, Nancy.
Was the door open or shut, Miss Nevis? Because if the door was closed, that rules out her seeing the kitchen light. So was that bedroom door open when she realized the kitchen light was on?
The bedroom door is always open.
So they sleep with the bedroom door open?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Nevis, where was the little brother?
He was in the bed right here with Misty.
Okay, so you're answering a lot of questions, by the way, Miss Nevis and Marlena Shivo. I'm seeing the short distance between the bed. Let's take a full screen, please, Elizabeth. The full distance between the bed where Misty Croslin was sleeping and the little youth bed, the day bed where Haleigh was sleeping, can't be more than about 4 feet, maybe 5 feet.
I don't think it's that far.
Yeah, it's about 4 feet, Nancy, at most.
All right, and the door is open. Yes?
The door is open.
All right,
yes.
What more can you tell me, Marlena?
Well, basically, Nancy, we took a walk through with Teresa earlier, and we were trying to see if the door was loud when it opened, the back door where the intruder came in. We were also trying to see if the floor creaks. I must say, the floor does not creak. There's carpeting throughout the home with the exception of the kitchen. And the back door actually does slam. Now, Teresa told us earlier that it was the screen door that was propped open with the cinder block, not the actual main door. But both doors, and I can take you and show you, will They both actually close automatically. Basically, Nancy, they kept saying that the back door, which we're about to go to, is about 16 feet from the bedroom. It's a little bit more than that, actually. If I had to guess, it would probably be about 25. But I'm going to show you the back door and show you how both doors close automatically. So, and I'm also going to show you the lock, because the lock is about 3 feet from the floor, and we know that that's about as tall as Haleigh stands. So here's the back door, and here's the lock. It sticks. So there you go. Now we open the back door, and here's the back screen door, the one that was propped open with the cinder block, okay? Now if you see, when it closes, it slams, it makes a loud noise. But if you leave this door, this slowly closes as well.
The dad's shocking 911 call is revealed, and the search for Haleigh begins.
Okay, sir, let me talk to your wife. So let me get some information from her. Okay. Can I talk to her? Okay.
Fast forward, 3:25 a.m. Ronald Cummings drives up from work. Instead of seeing his home with the lights off, he sees Misty Croslin, his living girlfriend, standing framed there at the front door. He finds out then that Haleigh, his 5-year-old little girl, is gone. But Misty Croslin, interestingly, has not bothered to call 911. Just moments after Ronald Cummings gets home, she goes and calls 911. She tries to explain what happened. She can't give a coherent story.
Ma'am?
We were in our pajamas. We were sleeping.
Okay. All right. You said your back door was wide open?
Yeah, it's like brick. Like a brick armor. Like when I went to sleep, it was not like that.
Okay, the back door, listen to me, your back door was wide open. What are you talking about, a brick?
Yes.
What is the brick?
It's on the back door, on the stairs. Like, we have like a walkway.
Uh-huh. And there was a brick laying there?
Yes, it's still there.
Story doesn't make sense. She starts talking about the cement block or the rock propping the back door open. She can't give an accurate description of Haleigh. She just keeps saying things like she's not that tall. Ronald Cummings can be heard in the back of this 911 call screaming about where is his daughter. And he outright says, and you can hear it on 911, that if he finds who took his daughter, he's going to kill him. Whether he spends the rest of his life behind bars or not, he doesn't care.
I just got home from work. My 5-year-old daughter is gone. I need somebody to be here now. I'm telling you.
Listen to me. We got 2 officers.
If I find whoever has my daughter before y'all do, I'm killing them. I don't care. I'll spend the rest of my life in prison.
Cops arrive on the scene around 3:40 a.m. It's almost 4 o'clock in the morning when they get there. Ronald Cummings is out front. He's holding his head. He's bent over. He's screaming about his 5-year-old girl disappearing while he's at work. He says, prepare yourself, my dumb bitch girlfriend says my daughter's missing. And he goes on and on and on. Then he finally says, you know what? I've got a 9mm Beretta in there. And so help me God, if I find out who took my daughter, I will shoot them right through the police door.
Is Misty Croslin's account of what happened the night Haleigh disappeared unraveling?
She wants it. So if we buy something for me, we buy the same thing for her. Our shoes, me and Haleigh has the same pair of shoes because she wanted me to have pink and white Jordans just like her. So me and her, like, pretty much, we try to do everything together.
Please, if you have my daughter, bring her home, please. All I want is Haleigh. That's all I want. I want nothing else but Haleigh. That's it. Please, if you have her, bring her home. Baby, if you're watching, you know you'll always be Daddy's little girl. I love you.
Haleigh, if you're out there, Mommy loves you and your daddy loves you. We miss you. And we'll be right here waiting on you. Please, whoever has her, bring her home. Please. We need her. Me and her daddy both need her home. Please just bring her back.
As you're aware, we're now right at over 50 hours in our search, and we still have not been able to locate Haleigh. We have not stopped our search. As you can still see around us, we have numerous assets that are still on the ground here today.
Within the first 24 hours, Misty Croslin, the living girlfriend / babysitter's story changed in subtle but important ways. The first time she spoke about Haleigh's disappearance, she stated that Haleigh was in bed with her. Within just 24 hours, her story changed to Haleigh was in a small bed next to her bed. Now, true, they weren't that far apart, but for all you mothers out there that end up sleeping with your children in the night, they crawl in bed with you or whatever, that is an important difference. Was the child in the bed with her, or was the child sleeping in a different bed? Within just 24 hours, her story changed. Not only that, the distance between herself and the small bed, that story changed too, from just a few inches to feet. Subtle but important differences in her story within the first 24 hours.
I'm not the key. I think if they move on to somebody else, that there'd be more answers. They're stuck on me, and I don't have the answers to give to them. That's why they've not got nowhere.
The kitchen light was on. From where my bedroom is, like the kitchen, all the lights were shut off in the house when I went to bed. That kitchen light I knew was off when I went to sleep, so the kitchen light was just glaring into my bedroom. So I got up and went to the kitchen, and that's when I noticed the back door is wide open. But the back door is open, the screen door is holding by a big cement block. And then I run back and try to call him, and I turn around, and that's when she was gone. Then I just started freaking out. We were looking under beds, closets, everywhere, screaming her name. Couldn't find her.
An expert in finding missing people is well-known Tim Miller of EquiSearch. Tim Miller administers a polygraph to Misty Croslin and reveals that she fails, quote, miserably, that she was found to be 95 to 99% deceptive on every question asked. Miller says that Misty Croslin failed a polygraph, failed a voice stress analysis, and refused to allow herself to be hypnotized. When we dug further to find out what were the questions that he asked Misty Croslin, where she was found to be deceptive on these tests, the three main questions she failed were: are you hiding information about Haleigh's disappearance? Do you know what happened to Haleigh Cummings? And do you know where Haleigh Cummings is now? 95 to 99% deceptive. She completely failed her polygraph. She did as poorly on that polygraph as you can do.
I just got home from work. My 5-year-old daughter is gone. I need somebody to be here now. I'm telling you.
Listen to me. We got 2 officers.
If I find whoever has my daughter before y'all do, I'm killing them. I don't care. I'll spend the rest of my life in prison. I'm telling you, you can put it on record, and I don't care.
Okay, it's okay, sir. We got him on the way. Okay, can you give me what kind of description of her pajamas that she was wearing? Okay, sir, we got him coming, okay?
Hello?
Okay, sir, let me talk to your wife, so let me get some information from her. Okay. Can I talk to her? Yeah. Okay, listen to me. I need you to answer some questions. Does the door look like it was pried open?
Does it look like it? Does it look like you had some sort of someone try to enter into your house?
Hold on.
And another thing, make sure you and your husband don't touch the door anymore. Don't mess with the door or anything.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't look like it is?
No.
Okay, now listen, tell your husband to not touch anything. Make sure because we're going to try to get a canine out there. Okay?
She said don't touch anything because they're bringing canine out here.
The officers are going to come out there and do what they can. We can't have him screaming and yelling at the officers whenever they get there, okay?
Got better people to talk to than the ain't coming.
What's her date of birth?
Somebody.
Okay, well, tell them we understand. We need to get her date of birth.
What's her date of birth?
Your birthday. We need to find her. Her date of birth.
Did you take a polygraph?
I did, but I'm not supposed to talk about that. They told me not to talk about that.
But you did good.
Yes, I did take a polygraph.
And you passed it?
I mean, my understanding is that I passed it, you know.
What do you want people to know?
I just want everybody to know that I didn't do anything with that little girl. I love her like she's my own, and I'll do anything to get her back. And if people think that I had something to do with it, if I had something to do with it, I knew where she was, we wouldn't be sitting here today. We would have her, and I don't know where she is.
She's a sweet baby, I can tell.
She is so sweet. She's a smart little girl. She's intelligent, you know. She's a real good girl. Real good girl.
What does your heart, you said you think of her like your daughter.
Like
what
my
does
daughter.
your heart tell you right now?
It just tells me I need to find her, you know? I need to find her.
You believe she's still out there?
Yeah, I do believe she's still out there. If someone has her, or, I mean, I don't want to think of the bad, you know? I mean, it runs through my mind, but I don't want to think of the bad.
Haleigh's dad makes a stunning move. But will it help him get any closer to finding his daughter?
In a shocking turn of events, Ronald Cummings, Haleigh's father, just 4 weeks after Haleigh goes missing from his home while he's at work, marries Misty CROSLIN, the living girlfriend that many people suspect of being in a conspiracy or aiding and abetting the disappearance of the little girl. They marry. It was on March the 12th, literally just days after the little girl goes missing.
She hasn't smiled much since Haleigh's been gone, but Misty CROSLIN was beaming as she went to the courthouse to get a marriage license with Haleigh's dad, Ronald Cummings. She smiled as she showed us her engagement ring and told us about the surprise proposal.
Last night at Chili's.
What did he do?
He got down on his knees and said we'd be married.
Haleigh's dad said nothing as he left the courthouse, but CROSLIN told us they're tying the knot because of Haleigh.
Everybody's probably gonna take this marriage thing the wrong way, but it's not. It's still focused. Everything's still focused on Haleigh. This is what Haleigh wanted. She's always talked about it, and even if she's not with us, she's still here with us.
Misty's mom accompanied them to the court because she had to give her permission since CROSLIN is 17.
They've been trying to get me to do it for like 5 months, and I told them, I was like, y'all need to wait till you're 18, you know, but now that everything's going on, everybody's trashing them, I'm gonna go ahead and let them do it, because I know they love her, Haleigh, and I know they love each other, and they will be together.
CROSLIN says if Haleigh were home now, she'd be thrilled, and she'd insist on a new ring of her own.
If I have something, she wants it. So if we buy something for me, we buy the same thing for her. Our shoes, me and Haleigh has the same pair of shoes because she wanted me to have pink and white Jordans just like her. So me and her, like, pretty much, we try to do everything together.
Remember, Misty CROSLIN is the last person who saw Haleigh exactly 1 month ago when she tucked her into this toddler bed in her room. When she woke up, Haleigh was gone. Since then, she's been scrutinized by the public and questioned multiple times by police.
I just want to let everybody know that I was home because I did pass my lie detector test saying that I was home.
She says she's always treated little Haleigh like family, and soon, once it's official, they'll be family.
Everybody knows that I love Haleigh and Ronald and Junior. I just want to have family just like Haleigh wanted.
It's always amazing to court watchers and legal eagles that Inmates behind bars know they're being recorded. They know their telephone calls are being recorded, that their mail is being monitored, that their visits can be recorded, and yet they still incriminate themselves. Misty Croslin is no different. What's amazing also about the volumes and volumes of Misty Croslin's jailhouse communications is she really seems much more focused on the media and me, but the media in general, that she is about the little girl. The little girl she allegedly loved that went missing under her watch.
Like, I want, like, out. Please.
Now, Nancy Graceman's probably going to record all this, but I don't care.
I don't care either. There's nothing. I'm not hiding anything, so.
I know. If you knew anything, you'd have done told them. I mean, why would you sit there if you knew something?
Exactly, but tell Leonard to get me out.
I will. I'm going to. Don't worry. His secretary's really nice. Huh?
I wish I was out for tomorrow so I could be there.
I know, baby. I don't know what to tell him.
The only way that we'll talk to him is if he bonds me out on a condition that he does not revoke my bond.
Listen, he told me that what everybody's saying about Casey Anthony, him revoking his bond, or her bond, that's not what happened. She got out and got in trouble over stolen checks, and the courts revoked her bond. Don't cry, sissy.
I'm not. I'm just want to get. I'm so happy that I'm gonna get out.
Them happy tears.
Yeah.
I'm so glad to see that smile. Don't worry, Mimi.
I love you.
Hang in. I love you too.
The accident. 2 days later, Haleigh come up missing. And everything just went from hell from there. They say we're stupid people, but whatever. They're stupid for judging us.
Nobody can judge nobody, God, because God is the only one that can judge anybody.
Yeah. They'll all find out one day.
Exactly, they will. And I'm going to get on TV and I'm going to go crazy on everybody. They can all kiss my ass.
I don't see how they can get you for. I don't see how they're getting you for trafficking, anyways. And
it's not even trafficking. Trafficking is when you leave state to state, right?
I don't know. I guess it's. I don't really. No, that's what it is. Trafficking is selling moving pills. I mean, they know that you're not the. You didn't have them. You're just going to get them.
Exactly.
Stupid asses.
I know. They're so. It's okay, because you know what? It's gonna be all right.
A sudden surprise. Misty Croslin is pulled out of her jail cell, still in handcuffs, as cops frantically scour the local river.
Of course, the traditional fallback is to look for sex offenders in the area, and naturally, the police did that. We determined that there were 44 actual convicted sex offenders within a 5-mile radius of Ronald and Haleigh's home. 5 miles, 44 convicted sex offenders. Natasha, what can you tell me about what we thought was an ice chest being pulled out of the river last night?
What I can tell you, Nancy, is that we were able to get a shot of this area across from where they are. We went to a neighbor. We were able to sit on their dock and see them putting down a tub into the water, then dragging the tub up, and then sifting through whatever they were coming up with from that tub. What we were told last night from investigators is that there was no cooler that they found. However, it did appear from different photographs that there was a cooler that was pulled out of the water yesterday afternoon during their search.
Okay, to you, Marlena Shivo, Misty Croslin, taken back out of her private jail cell today, rousted out in cuffs and prison blues, taken down to the dock. And I can see her. There she is, between police investigators in plain clothes, and at several junctures, she points out to the water with the cuffs like she's showing a specific spot. What happened?
Misty was taken out for a second day in a row, Nancy, and this means that she is telling police what she knows. Now, we know that all along she's saying she didn't know anything, and now it looks like from what she told investigators yesterday and what she was showing them today, she is pointing out what may have happened that night that Haleigh went missing.
Back
to Natisha Lance, standing by there in Satsuma, Florida, at what we believe is going to be officially designated as a crime scene. Everyone, Natisha standing by at the St. Johns Rivers. It's about 3 to 5 miles south of where Haleigh was last seen alive, her own home. In the last 24 hours, there has been a massive search. Something or somebody tipped off police, scuba divers, cadaver dogs, helicopter search teams combing the murky waters of the St. Johns River into the night last night, resuming this morning when a human identification crime lab vehicle showed up on the scene. Natisha, what, if anything, did they take away?
Well, Nancy, what they are telling us today as of 4 o'clock this afternoon is that they have not found anything of evidentiary value. However, there are various...
What do you mean, not anything of evidentiary value? They're not saying today. Last night they said, police said, we did not find Haleigh Cummings. Today, they're saying we didn't find anything of evidentiary value. Why the change up, Natisha?
You're absolutely right, Nancy. There does seem to be some terse in words there. Last night they were saying that they did not find Haleigh Cummings, and today they are saying that they did not find anything of evidentiary value. So we don't know exactly what is going on. However, there were divers who were in the water all day today, sifting through that area. And as Marlena pointed out, Misty CROSLIN also appeared to be on the scene today in handcuffs, pointing out something for investigators. So there does continue to be fluid movement at this crime scene, just as you said earlier.
Misty CROSLIN behind bars. What secrets does she reveal? And do authorities come any closer to finding out what happened to Haleigh Cummings?
They showed me bones, animal bones, telling me this was Haleigh.
That's what you were doing on the dock?
Yeah, they showed me animal bones, telling me this is her.
Why would they do that?
I don't know.
Reaction?
I don't know. But that's wrong. You don't do something like that. Really, really wrong. That hurt me. I couldn't sleep for nights.
That was before you were, before your trial, right?
Right.
You were in custody on these. So, I mean, so you're driving. You don't know where. I mean, you probably knew the area.
I knew the area, but they had like a substation down, you know, in Satsuma. Yeah. So that's where I thought we were going, and when they said we're just going up the road.
It was approximately 1 year after little Haleigh goes missing that night that a big drug bust went down, and that bust was months in the making. Misty CROSLIN caught on tape with sales to an undercover agent, sales of drugs. Several people were arrested for drug-related charges, but important to this case, Misty CROSLIN and Ronald Cummings.
If they're all in 10 packs, there's 100.
Yep. There should be 10 in each one.
Yep.
So just whenever. I mean,
it should be. It's going to take a couple days for me to get rid of 200 of them now.
Well, I got 2 weeks to play with, dude. So I mean, you know, 2 weeks, whatever.
Okay, I'll get it for you, no problem. 2 weeks, I can make the money to pay for them and eat them myself.
Right. That's my. Hang on. Hey, do me a favor.
CROSLIN sentenced to 25 years behind bars. Cummings, Haleigh's father, sentenced to 15 years on drug charges related to hydrocodone.